UFE 2868, runway 07, to pattern altitude.
So it's telling me to fly at 231 degrees for 9
Clear for
nautical
visual,
miles.
contact tower.
They've somehow spotted me despite the fact that I'm above cloud, and they're telling me that I should contact the tower to request landing.
Cobble Eddy, in field. 1-1, request landing.
Not entirely sure, but sometimes that bugs out and they don't respond to my request for a landing. But because I dialed that frequency into my HSI down there, and you can see that this diamond-shaped arrow that runs pretty much north-south at present, that is the orientation of the airfield. I'm just going to fence out for safety's sake. That shows the orientation of the airfield. So if I get the direction of this arrow and this arrow lined up, I know that when I breach the cloud cover, I'm roughly going to be pointing down the runway, so I can have a relatively straightforward landing. So I'm just going to pull around here. I'll stay above the clouds for as long as I can, because it's a bit shit down here. I'll fly sort of perpendicular to the airfield until those two needles line up. Now when I go beneath the clouds, it's not going to be perfect, but at least it'll be semi-right approach. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going pretty fast, so I might throttle off, extend my air brakes a little way, and also click my flaps down to the down position. Now they won't extend automatically because we're going too fast, but once I slow down to this sort of speed, they'll extend. So I've overshot a little way. So it's a little bit hairy going down through clouds because you're not entirely sure where the ground is. You just have to trust your instruments. It's a little bit turbulent. So I didn't do that particularly well. I'm going to have to do a bit of correction on these clouds, but such is life. Now, if I was using the ILS, I could not look out of the cockpit whatsoever and execute a perfect landing, but I think I'll manage. I didn't come out too badly. There's the runway over there. Those red lights indicate the ideal approach. So I'm going to sort of seal left a little bit here, sluice left, and further reduce my throttle. A little bit more air brake, speed brake rather. Yeah, I might just lower my landing gear. Fair way out, but it'll give me a little bit of extra drag and help me slow down even faster. Try to contact the tower again.
Cobble Eddy, in field. 1-1, request landing.
Cobble Eddy, and field 1-1, clear to land, runway 07, wind 068 at 9 meters per second.
Alrighty, so I have combat clearance for landing now.
Altitude, altitude.
It's my VMU complaining about the altitude. I am a little bit low this far out. It is kind of right, so I might back off my speed brakes a little way. Don't really want to go much faster than 182 knots. Thereabouts. Ideally, you glide in at 3 degrees the whole way. Not the whole way, but most of the way. This isn't terrible. This particular airfield doesn't have any trees off the end of the runway, so I can sort of come in pretty leisurely. Not lined up perfectly. I might just bank left a little way. Back on the straight and narrow. Okay, my flaps have extended now. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little dial that shows me. Okay, speed brake. Backing off the throttle a little bit more. A little bit less throttle. Touchdown a little bit too early, but forgive me. Flaps up. And now I'm going to pull back hard on the stick to plump both of my elevators on the ground, give me more drag, and also put some wheel brake on to slow me down even further. And there's the taxiway. Where are you? Oh well, I might just shut down here on the runway. I'm sure they won't mind. You're supposed to sit at idle for 5 minutes. Blow that for a lock. Shut my engines down, turn the power off. Miraculously my canopy still works without power, but whatever. Might be on a separate battery or something. So there we go, that was a somewhat typical example of how DCS A-10C usually plays. It's not for everyone, but I don't regard that as wasted time. That was interesting. There was some challenge around the cloud cover, and I had fun. Yeah, it might be weird, but hey, there's plenty of people like me, and I don't suppose that absolves me of anything, but I had fun. That's important. Plus it helps me justify the obscene amount of money I spent on my joystick. Alright, bye.